everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to GoonerGathering. My name is Gooner Lee Meadows in a very, very warm Chelmsford City, joined today by the poshest man in all sports entertainment, Posh Bertie. How are you, son? It's been a while.
It has been a while indeed. Yes, I'm doing very well, thank you. I'm going to Lords tomorrow for the cricket, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's a very, very nice setup you've given me straight off the bat. There you go. There you go.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, none of this stuff is written, mate. You can do it. So obviously, it's at the start of the week. We were guesting over on Anfield Uncle Roger's channel, and I wanted to do this little part, which is not necessarily football based at all, really. But and as Bertie is a big cricket person, and this person I'm about to talk about was very prominent in the England side in the 90s. Of course, I'm talking about former Surrey great Graham Thorpe, who very sadly this week passed away at the age of 55. One of the most solid mid-order guys you could find in the game, could mix his game up in a way like no other. I think I was watching a piece on some of the tributes this week. Michael Atherton talking about how Thorpe managed to get 100 in this one game without hitting the boundary rope once. It was all ones and twos. And how he could come into a game if England were, say, 2 down with 20 on the board, and he'll steady the ship and he'll get England back on track. I'll say I know England weren't the most prominent in the 90s. Maybe didn't have their best ever side, but whenever they came good, Graham Thorpe was at the foremost of it. And I just wanted to say a little piece before we talk about the football today. So just obviously a lot of his teammates, and obviously the Surrey fans who have not been through it. They've lost a couple of good ones over the last few years. Just wanted to say best wishes to everyone involved. Anything you want to add before we talk about the football, sir?
No, other than the fact that he will be missed, and at 55, it's a bit of a shock. That's no age to pass away. But obviously a big loss to the cricket world, and we've lost some legends in the cricket world this year, along with Derek Underwood a few months ago as well, who was a Kent legend. So Graham Thorpe, unexpected, but he'll be missed.
Absolutely. Right. Again, that difficult transition moment where we'll talk from a serious moment to maybe the slightly less serious stuff, because we are T-minus 1 week until the big kickoffs. Arsenal against.
Away.
Absolutely. Of course, we all play on the 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday next week against Wolves. Of course, it's the one game that on the Saturday where I'm off, but of course they're not showing the blooming game on television.
And I won't be able to watch it live because I will be watching Ebbsfleet United, who, by the way, I checked all of the fixtures, and we are officially the worst team in England so far this season. Come on!
Do you want to deal with that first?
Posh Bertie is 5-1 to Gateshead. I feel, not to say it wasn't a good start. It's a bit of an understatement. I feel very sorry for the 79 people apparently who went all the way to Gateshead to watch that abomination. Long journey home, but hey, it's in Gateshead, so you might see Adam Pacitti, because I believe that's his place of residence. So
it certainly is. Cultaholics own founding father.
Hopefully we'll have a much better performance when I turn up to Stonebridge Road next week. Hopefully this season we put that aside and we can face Arsenal in the FA Cup 3rd round. That's the dream.
Exactly. At least you still got Poley on, eh?
For now, but yes.
He's on the score sheet, mate. Every cloud, right?
He was. Yeah.
We'll move past that. Absolutely. We'll move past that just for a minute. Of course, we did have the first of the two Emirates Cup games this week. A small matter of Granit Xhaka's Bayer Leverkusen side coming over to the Emirates on Wednesday. What I want to do before we sort of, I don't want to really dissect into too much of it. I'll briefly go through it a little bit because there's one or two things I think I do want to bring up. We'll go through the starting 11 very quickly, and I'll give you every opportunity to say what you're going to say about it, because I know there might be one or two things that you might want to get off your chest about the whole matter. So let's see what happens here. Raya was the goalkeeper. He was the one player that did play the whole game, by the way. This is Raya's first appearance in the pre-season, I believe. Ben White and Zinchenko. Yeah, he's your favourite. Saliba and
all right.
Saliba and Gabriel, the centre backs. Odegaard, captain, of course. Jorginho, Havertz played in that debatable left side midfield position. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. That's what I wanted you to say. Trossard, Jesus, and Vieira were our starting 11. So go on then. Tell me what you thought.
So, right, I'll obviously, this is a friendly. These aren't the be-all and end-all of our season. I've said before, these count for nothing. But I did think, as I looked at that team, Zinchenko at left-back, Havertz in midfield, Fabio Vieira's playing. Yeah, and we're playing against Bayer Leverkusen, probably one of the best teams in Europe last season, if not, probably one of the best. And I said, this is a loss waiting to happen, as we saw against Liverpool with Zinchenko at left back and Havertz in midfield. But no, in fact, I know it was a friendly, and I'm going to emphasise on that. Yeah. Quite a good performance, really. 4-1 against Leverkusen. I'll take that any day. And Zinchenko scored a goal from left back. And by the way, did you say that Xhaka was there?
Yes, he does. Yes.
Did he play?
You could say in a way he got an assist.
Oh, I didn't know. Didn't notice him. Anyway, but
maybe he was in Zinchenko's pocket.
Yeah, Zinchenko got and it was a good goal from Zinchenko as well.
My sides hurt now. Yeah, fair enough. Now, there's obviously something I do want to say. There's clearly a couple of injuries that we absolutely need to talk about, because it's very noticeable in the squad. There's a couple are missing that definitely warrants talking about. Timber is the first one I want to bring up, because I think it was quite. So Arteta was saying afterwards that he did pick up somewhat of a knock, or they weren't playing him as a result of it, just to being a bit cautious with him. I've seen this quite a lot in the ladies' game as well. And a great example of this is actually Leah Williamson, the Lionesses captain, if you want, where you quite often in trying to make a comeback, you can get these little nagging little injuries that can keep on recurring. It's sort of, although I would say it's been great seeing Timber play in a number of positions actually over the pre-season, I do think, and you'll probably agree with me on this, we might have to urge on the side of caution a little bit in terms of using him. And of course, Calafiori didn't debut. He was amongst the squad, I believe. Every chance that he just wanted an opportunity just to settle in with the squad. I think he's going to feature at some point tomorrow against Lyon. That is my fearing. And of course, Tomiyasu has picked up a little injury. Picked up an injury before the US tour. So, I want to give your thoughts on Zinchenko before we talk about the goal. His squad number has changed, sir. He's wearing the number 17 shirt now. How dare he take Cedric's sacred number 17 shirt?
Oh, no. Does that mean he's going to be Wynn's dog walker now? I think...
Now, obviously, what I really wanted to say is that if he's changed his squad, I think that means he's staying, sir, which really surprises me.
That's what I was saying. And yeah, I mean, as long as Calafiori and Timber aren't properly injured, then it means Zinchenko won't be featuring in the team as much. So that's good. But no, yeah, looks like he's staying. And to be fair to Zinchenko, I know it was a friendly, but he played well and scored a lovely goal, which I'm sure we'll get to in a minute.
Absolutely. Just on the Zinni number as well, I think it's a sentimental thing rather than anything else. I believe he wears 17 for the Ukraine. Whether it means he's going to play at left back like he did in the game on Wednesday, or if he goes into a midfield position, which probably we feel more comfortable in playing, perhaps we will see when it really matters next week. Let's go through the goals real quick, shall we? I believe it was Havertz who played the ball to Zinchenko when he was in that left-hand position. Zinchenko well up the field. I won't say inverted because he was more like supporting the play on the right side, the left side, but in the right side of the pitch where he should have been. He did launch a really lovely shot, really nice controlled finish. I know there might have been a few questions on the Leverkusen goalkeeper, Kovar, I think it is. Yeah, tell me your thoughts, mate.
Zinchenko goal and a Havertz assist. Goodness gracious me.
I had the biggest smile on my face when that happened because I just could picture you losing your flipping mind.
It was and it was a lovely goal as well. A good layoff from Havertz, and Zinchenko put the ball into the bottom corner, just outside the box. Probably the best goal of the game. It was very good.
Absolutely.
And 1-0 Arsenal. Yeah, credit where it's due. Zinchenko scored a brilliant goal there. But I don't think that will become a regular thing. He is known for scoring good goals, though. Do you remember against Burnley?
I do remember against Burnley. A really nice follow-up on the shot. Yes, I do remember. Really quick start from Arsenal as well, and they doubled their advantage really quickly as well, which was nice to see. That it felt like they were playing in a different gear than Leverkusen at this stage. I don't know what sort of stage Leverkusen were in their pre-season, so I'm not getting too excited. As you can say, I'm neutral on my facial movements here, nearly. A little bit of a, how did they describe it? A little bit of a Harlem Globetrotters, not Rodney Trotters, but Globetrotters sort of move where everyone's having a little bit of a touch, and eventually Trossard gave a little bit of a wiggle and a waltz round through everyone in the defence to score from close range. I won't say it's the most spectacular goal, but it was nice to see him being clinical.
No, he certainly did cut open their defence there. Do you remember Jack Wilshere? I think he scored a similar goal. I think it might have been against Norwich all those years ago when it was pass, goal. It was
on his right foot. Yes, I do recall.
Trossard, again, not the most spectacular goal, but certainly mixing around their defence, and it was 2-0. Quite a sloppy goal for Leverkusen to concede, I must say. But 9 minutes in, we're 2-0 up, two goals in 1 minute. Fair to say, that's quite a decent start.
Not bad against the German champions.
Yeah, again, pre-season, but still good nonetheless. 2-0 in 9 minutes. Very, very, very nice.
It felt like our start had really put the Leverkusen players into a little bit of a shock, really. Perhaps they didn't expect us to go at them like they did. I'll just break off. We've gone 15 minutes without anyone putting any comments up. If anyone is watching, just say hello. Give us a like on the video. We don't bite normally. This is a nice relaxed stream. So come and say hello wherever you're watching us, on the YouTube, on Bertie's, or indeed on the Twitch channel. And indeed, someone is in the chat. You've got a smile on your face. I bet it's you. It's like, there it is. I just knew it was going to be you. Hello, Bertie. How are you? Oh, was it Paul Bearer? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But right, let's move on to the next point. I just wanted to give a second to say how nice it is to see Gabriel Jesus looking strong. Because now, and I know what you're going to say, but because I felt obviously Jesus this season, last season, almost about this time last season, I remember doing the video. We just won the Emirates Cup. I know it wasn't. Hello, Pedro Wonders.
You missed us. You missed us talk about Graham Thorpe, Pedro. I thought you might have a few words to say about that. He says, "Hello, I was keen to hear praise from Zinchenko and Havertz." Well, that's what we're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're just into the video, just zip back about 10 minutes, and you'll probably see us talking about Zinny. Right. So I was just saying about Jesus. We just won the penalty shootout. We picked up the prestigious Emirates Cup. Of course, it was the second trophy that we did pick up last season. I'm just saying that just to make you laugh and smile. And then we realized.
We'll pick it up again tomorrow, maybe.
Come on, yeah. But then we discovered that obviously it needed to go away a little bit of minor surgery, and I felt that Jesus' season was very much stop-start. Again, like the season before. Mikel is saying that he's looking stronger, he's looking fitter, he's looking more threatening, perhaps, than he did. He played this game, he started it. I think he played the first half, if I'm not mistaken, at centre forward. Now, I know there's a lot of call for us getting a centre forward in. I know this. And I don't think we're done in the transfer window. I know you're losing your mind over the social media about everything that's going on in the transfer market at the moment. I'll go on to transfers in a moment, but I'm not gonna give you the cliche. Oh, it's like a new signing, because I'm not going to do that. But a fit Jesus enough will make a difference. I hope to see that if he's going to be used in. I see him as a rotation kind of striker, perhaps, maybe as an option for if I know much talked about wanting to get someone in for Saka, say as a rotation, right? And I think we probably agree that to a point that Saka gets used all the time. That's what Vieira was used in the first half, just to make sure he'll come back slowly. That was Saka's first 45 minutes of the pre-season.
Yeah.
But just to bring him back slowly into the fold, it's nice seeing him make a difference in the second half. We'll get to it in a minute. But seeing Jesus maybe occupying a sort of rotational role, I don't think I'm against that at all. What do you think?
So I think I've kind of come to the realization we're not getting a striker in this transfer window, which I think we'll regret, but we're not. It's not going to happen. Jesus, this is a big season for him, because if he can stay injury free and gets regular game time, hopefully that he can do well. I hope he does anyway, because I said this is a real test for him this season. It is a big season for him, and I would rather. In terms of a backup for Saka, I really hope we do get one, because we really do need one, especially if Reece goes. But Jesus, I would rather he was Saka's backup than Vieira, because Jesus is actually pacey and can play on the wing. Fabio Vieira is not. That is not his natural position. I don't care what you say, Mr. Meadows. Fabio Vieira on the right is not his natural position. But yes. Jesus Saka's backup. We could probably do better, like get an actual winger in there. But yeah, that's how I see it. I just think that if we don't get a striker or a backup for Saka in this, what's left of the transfer window, it's going to be, we're going to regret it. We're going to deeply regret it.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I do want to bring up, obviously, because Jesus had scored the third goal, pretty much a nice piece of individual work from inside the Leverkusen half. Again, a long distance shot. which I think the goalkeeper got a hand to or finger to, but I don't think he covered himself in any glory at all in this moment. Do you look at that comment, please? It's AFC always. Hello,
yes,
mate.
AFC always himself saying good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
AFC
It's
always.
nice. It's nice to see you here, mate. Thank you for joining us as always. It's always a pleasure. Now, you were quite upset, weren't you, on the social medias this week?
Can I talk about Jesus' goal? Because originally I thought it went wide.
Of course you can. Yeah, go on.
Originally, I thought it went wide. And then I saw
Is that because of the deflection?
Yeah. Pop up on the screen. I was like, oh, all right, decent effort. Oh, wait, has it gone in? Oh, yeah, he's celebrating. Oh, yeah, it's 3-0. How did that happen? So that took me by surprise. But yeah, that's all I can say. It was a decent effort as well. And by effort, it went in. So it worked. Yeah, I thought it went wide, but it was 3-0. Excellent.
Now,
anyway,
I mentioned Jesus being maybe a backup kind of thing for Saka.
Yeah.
And you were quite upset, and I think it's nearly finalised this evening. How upset? Tell me how upset you were about Neto joining Chelsea.
I think he'd be a very good backup for Saka, Pedro Neto. But sadly, that's not the case because he's gone and signed for Chelsea, which I actually think might be a bit of a bad career move for him because Chelsea have got about 500 players. Minimum, and I think as for him, that's a bad career move. But if he does get game time, and I know injury records and all that, if he can stay injury free, he would actually be very good if he gets regular game time. Him and Palmer on the left as well, or Palmer in the middle. That's quite a good setup there. But Pedro Neto is a very good player. He, much like Trossard, he's a big game player. Done very well at Wolves, and I think Neto as a backup, and I know I'm going to contradict myself here when I talk about the training drills and everything, but Neto in our squad, if he signed for us, he was going to be the backup in that position. Saka was going to be the regular player. And then if Saka gets a bit tired or is feeling like we don't want to run him into the ground, Neto comes off the bench. And if we're drawing, he can potentially make a difference to win the game, like he did for Portugal in the Euros. I believe it was against Czech Republic. He got an assist in the last kick of the game. But yeah, I think Neto would be a great player for us, but that's not going to happen. And I just think that all these players we're just letting slip, you know? And that's
Okay. It's interesting you mentioned Trossard in that as well. And it's fun. We hadn't rehearsed. We never rehearsed, ladies and gentlemen. I've got this to bring up. Sorry, Scott, yeah. I'll bring up the comment in just a second.
Oh, AFC always says if Chelsea bring in Osimhen, then their attack will be frightening. On paper, yes.
I haven't given up on that. I haven't given up on Osimhen for Arsenal yet, to be honest. But I mean, like Bertie said a bit ago, I know he's a little bit pessimistic in getting a striker. Look,
because the way we sign players and the way we sell players, well, mostly the way we sign players, we take about 3 weeks. Like, we're so slow in terms of signing players, and we've got so much left. We've not got much left of the transfer window.
Well, where are we now? We are the 10th of August. I think we've got about 20 odd days, haven't we? I think. I know the season starts, and ideally, we'd love to have the business done, wouldn't we? It doesn't always work like that. I do think there'll be something at least going on this week. Now, it's funny. I'll just bring this up, then I can bring myself back into the middle of the shot. So now.Arsenal on X. So obviously talking about the fee here, about Neto, and it's making the signing of Trossard looking even better value. If you look at the figures at the bottom there, Trossard 170 Premier League games, 62 goal involvements, and Neto 111 and 30. I see a lot of pace in Neto. I don't necessarily. It's just my opinion. Other people might disagree with me. I don't see an awful lot of final product in him, unfortunately. But again, if I'm proven wrong, I will say I'm proven wrong as and when he signs up at the Bridge. I'm not overly upset about seeing him go, but what this might mean in terms of Neto going, I kind of think that maybe with him joining Chelsea, there might be another Arsenal player that might end up at Wolves. And that might be Nelson.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Ramsdale.
And I think no, because I'm thinking of a direct replacement for Neto.
Right.
What do you think? Do you think that's a decent shout? And I think we might see some of that money, and it'll be one of our squad players that really needs for his own career, because he's not one of the super youngsters, is he? Similar to ESR in some respects, he's one that hasn't actually broken any. He's not got the brass ring, if you want to quote one of our other favourite things here, and got the opportunity to come in and play regular football. And some of the fee that I'm saying, if they can get that agreed, it might mean that switch could happen, and it might give us a bit of cash to go and spend over this next week or 2 weeks on someone else. That is just my long-term booking of it. I might be talking completely rubbish. Yeah, I nearly said something else, and I changed what I was going to say because I've got the door wide open here, and my aim is just round the corner. But, yeah, what do you like? Do you like my conspiracy theory?
So the reason why Neto's stats there compared to Trossard are a bit less was because of his injuries last season. Right. I can imagine he would have been a bit better if he was injury free. So we'll see what happens to him next season. But I'm just quite sad that we lost out on him. But Reece Nelson to Wolves as a replacement for Neto, that could happen. But again, I mean, how we sell players as well. Yeah, it's
we got good money for ESR.
We did, and I think at the moment, I know they're playing friendlies, but it's worth every penny for them. That 35 million. Yeah, and to answer your question, are you going to get this every time? Yes. If he gets the goals in, game out, you will hear from me. Oh my God,
I'll be there for it.
You think I'm insufferable on Twitter now? You wait.
Not just on Twitter, to be honest. It's just insufferable.
Yeah.
but I mean, where was this uproar when Iwobi went?
When Iwobi went?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't on YouTube at the time, so yeah, I wasn't on Twitter at the time either.
Oh, maybe that's a good thing. No. But look. I know. Can we not be happy for ESR?
I am.
You are. Okay, that's all right. Then.
I'm happy for ESR that he's got a very good career move going to Fulham and he's going to get regular game time. I'm happy for him, but I'm not
until he picks up another injury.
I'm not happy with the fact that we've got rid of him because, like I said, if I had to choose between Smith Rowe and Fabio Vieira, I'd choose Smith Rowe.
Okay, that's fine.
So we'll find out if I'm, as you said, talking rubbish or if I'm actually saying something right for once at the start of the season.
That's what this is all about. This is all about getting it all out your system. This is like therapy, right? This is. I think that's someone else's gimmick. I can't use that. So, but yes, okay. So we've covered that. We've covered that. Yeah, I think we have one more goal to talk about from the Arsenal point of view. Saka in the second half came on to replace your mate Fabio. Got a decent cross in. I think it was just after the hour, if I'm not mistaken. Granit was very kind. He wanted to get his name up in lights. He's got his big welcome back. He got the assist. He accidentally towed it straight to Havertz, who ended up in the centre forward position in the second half when Jesus was replaced, and doing what great poachers do and put the ball in the net.
I had noticed he was playing in the striker's position, and what do you know? He plays a lot. He plays much better in the striker position because I think that's more. I think he's much better as a striker than he is as a midfielder. But yeah, a good poacher's goal, absolutely easy, simple tap in, 4-0, very good result, and yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, they did get a goal back a little bit on the break. I won't allude into it too much because I can't remember the guy's name. Obviously, we're talking about a friendly. They made a load of changes in our back line as well. If you're looking on your phone, you can tell me some names if you want to.
Adam Horzek. I think he's the Hungarian player.
He managed to sort of bully his way through the defenders and he got a little clip finish beyond Raya. That was the end of the scoring. 4-1.
Yeah.
Now maybe you know a bit more about this than I. Can you give me any indication who the other result in the tournament? Now this is supposed to be the Emirates Cup, right? Any idea what the other game was? Because normally these games are played back to back.
So this wasn't the Emirates Cup. This was just a friendly. This was just
no. Usual... It was the Emirates Cup. It definitely is.
Pre-season friendlies.
No, we don't know. Okay, that's fine. Okay,
I think it was just a standard friendly. And I know, can I just say, though, a lot of our fans will probably get carried away over beating Bayer Leverkusen 4-1. You know, oh, look at this. We've beaten the German Invincibles. It's amazing. May I remind you, once again, certain game against Benfica all those years ago, Yaya Sonogo getting 4 goals. So it's important.
You're right to get into perspective. Away. Yeah, you're right in getting it into perspective. Of course, you are. The proper stuff kicks off next Saturday, and we'll see if we're as calm and if I'm as tranquil and happy as I am next Saturday or whenever we do the review stream for it.
It was the
Emirates.
It was a 3-2.
It was.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
I don't know how that works as a tournament because normally what they've had several sort of alliterations in this, haven't they? They've had like 2 games in one day and then 2 games another day. I know the ladies' side were involved in it at some stage as well. Right, there's a comment from AFC Always I never saw earlier on saying about Wenger. Wenger said Champions League place is a trophy. Maybe you're taking that a little bit too literally, perhaps. I think he always said the getting into that elite competition in the Champions League was similar. I don't think he said as a trophy, but it's like, that's the elite competition is, isn't it? And it'd be interesting. We talk about Champions League. It'd be interesting to see how we do in our second year back in it, because we may differ slightly on the. I thought we did okay. I won't go any more than okay. First time back, I think it'll be a learning curve for a lot of them.
Yeah, I was really worried that we'd just crash out the group stage last season, but luckily we didn't. We didn't. No, we deserved to finish top because I thought we were our best performances in that period of last season came in the Champions League, especially in the home games. The 6-0, I think it was, against Lens and Sevilla as well at home. We did very well in the group stages anyway. It's a shame that against Bayern it was another story. Arsenal third kit looks ream. Yes, okay.
It's ream good. I'm not young.
Let me have a look.
I mean, I know who D-Ream is, and it can only get better.
Arsenal.
Is this the black one with the red and the green? Yeah.
I think it might be. I think it's the it's this one. I think.
Go solo mode. Do you want me to do it? I'll hit you. 2 seconds, mate. Pop you on solo. Just let's see.
If the colour can get in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
That's white. Is it white or say shade of pink?
It's turquoise and purple.
Beautiful. No, not just you. There we go.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Very nice.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Cool. So that was good. We got the that one. That's the first time I think I've seen that, and then obviously I've seen the black one around as well. So yeah, all good. So your expectations for tomorrow, then, Leon? What do you expect from tomorrow?
Well, I expect that I will not be watching it because I'll be at Lord's. So I think we might see Calafiori in action, maybe off the bench for a bit.
Yeah.
We might go with a similar team to the Bayer Leverkusen game. Yeah, that's all I can say, really. I will say against Leverkusen, it was great that Saliba came off after 45 minutes because it's important that we use him wisely in pre-season and make sure that he doesn't get injured going into the start of this season, because Saliba is one of if not our most key role in the team.
Mm-hmm. That's fair enough. Another couple of people I think have been quite interested in seeing their cameos in the Leverkusen game was the minutes that let me get the names right. Lewis Skelly, who came on for Zinchenko, and of course Ethan Nwari, who came on for Ødegaard. The minutes these young lads, of course, there are others as well. Haven and Nichols, we saw a little bit in the States, had about 20-odd minutes as well. Declan Rice had his first 45 minutes as well. Maybe we'll see Rice and Partey start in the middle. That's just my thought. I reckon Skelly and I reckon Nwari might start as well. Whether one Eduardo Nketiah gets involved in the squad or not might be quite telling in terms of where he's moved to Marseille might be at. Your thoughts on the Nketiah? They're back in negotiations with him.
So allegedly, we turned down 27. Well, we did turn down 27 million,
right?
And allegedly, we might sell him for 2 million less. Well done, Edu. Allegedly, anyway.
We are not privy to the paperwork, are we, son? So
yeah,
this is one. I don't know if that would be the case if they reject a higher offer then to accept a lower offer. That doesn't make sense.
I don't know, but as long as Nketiah goes, I'm happy. But we do need a striker, as I've said, because then our squad will just be thinner.
It'll be thinner than my hairline.
It will, and yeah. I heard Nketiah's going out on loan. I think it's a full price, I think. From what I'm hearing.
I think AFC always might be onto something, because I heard potential a lot. No, listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully.
Yeah.
Because in terms of, do you know, like in structuring of deals and stuff, much like we did with the Raya situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you know, where we got him on loan with a obligation to buy kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think I heard that rumor as well about Nketiah. So perhaps that is, and there'll be a loan fee involved in that as well, I believe. So like we said with the David Raya, perhaps there's something involved in that. I think we've just got a brand new subscriber on our channel. Dream.
Yes, Hawkwin77 is in the chat, simply saying Arsenal 4 times. Fair play to you, sir.
Hello, mate. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for subscribing. I think that's the first live subscriber we've had. I actually got a notification and everything. How exciting. Thank you very much for joining us. Yes, this is GoonerGathering. This is our family-friendly channel where we do everything, into a PG manner. It's much different to some of our counterparts. Much respect to our counterparts, but I have a little girl who takes on everything. So that's why we keep it a little bit different. And yeah, welcome. We have a Twitch channel of you as well if you're on the Twitch, twitch.tv/GoonerGathering. So yes, that is all that. I need to clear that notification. Have we got any other business we want to talk about, Posh? Because I think we've covered just maybe a few thoughts on Lyon. Of course, Lacazette does play for them, although he has been representing the France side over in the Olympics. So I
won't be there, but Maitland-Niles will be.
Mind you, he might be, because they've only been in France, haven't they? He could quite easily get over and have a part to play with his club.
He's with the Olympic team. But Maitland-Niles will be there, though. I think he still plays for Lyon.
Does he? I haven't heard that name mentioned in a long time. What else is going on? Of course, the women's side is back into action. I think that's tomorrow in a pre-season game in the States. Yes, they start their tour of the States this weekend, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Don't think there's any other breaking news there. I'm just going to quickly pop into Sky News to see if there's anything broken over there. Oh, you know what we could talk about? Just did you catch much of the charity? Sorry, I've done it again. The Community Shield today. Did you watch Man U versus Man City?
I will be honest, I did not, because that game is nothing but a glorified dinner plate trophy. So I did. I know the result. Spoiler alert, it finished 1-1, 2 late goals from both sides, and Man City won on penalties. And it's quite funny because whenever Man City have lost the Community Shield in the past, 3 years, Man City go on to win the league. So because Man City have won it this year, then maybe another team could win the league this year. So let me start by saying congratulations to Aston Villa on winning the Premier League. Unai Emery, masterclass yet again.
Do you want me to remove you from the stream?
That if you gotta clip that, because if they do it, I just said it first.
Okay. Well, in the words of Michael Fish all 11 years ago, that's not going to happen.
All right,
we'll now you can clip that.
Look, it'll be a very competitive season, and Pep won it all anyway. I think he won the Community Shield before.
It's not a real trophy though. It's not a real trophy.
I know, but he's won. If Eddie, I hope Eddie is not in an Arsenal kit come at the end of the transfer window.
I'll be surprised to see him in an Arsenal kit tomorrow, quite honestly. But if negotiations and stuff is on like we think it is, perhaps it's time to give up the Nketiah gimmick. Perhaps I'm not sure. I'll be sad to give it up, but I'm sure I'll find something else to play where I'm with.
The meme I did, the Photoshop I did with a picture of me and Smith Rowe. I'm going to do one for you and Nketiah.
I think you should.
Nketiah scored 19 goals in 7 seasons, and 3 of them were in one game, let's not forget.
But then he did score 12 goals in 13 games for the Arsenal Academy. He just needs game time.
This was a Hale End talent that... I say talent. I'm afraid was not
England international.
Gareth Southgate. Need I say more? Why do we? This isn't my burner account, by the way. Where he's agreeing with me. Why do we take forever to sign players? Calafiori and now Marino, all summer on 2 players. Exactly. That's why I'm not as optimistic as I am going into the start of the season, especially considering our first 3 away games.
Do you know something?
How many players? We take forever to sign players. We're too slow.
You said that, and I laughed at you last season when you signed Declan Rice. So I think sometimes you have to be a little patient. Look, we are on the outside looking in. Okay, sometimes the negotiations aren't as straightforward, especially these days when clubs have got. And maybe I don't completely understand, but all this financial fair play and all that sort of stuff has to come into consideration. Not every single transfer, negotiation, inquiry, whatever you're going to say, will come up on social media. It won't. You made me laugh yesterday or the day before when you said,
Look at
I was
West
just
Ham.
going to
They've
say
signed
this.
about 4 players. One of them is a decent striker, German international, Fulkrug.
Yeah, 30-year plus,
Why?
something
Because
like
they
that.
paid the money.
Veteran. Yeah, and with that, great for the caliber of what West Ham need. Yeah, they're probably they've looked at that thinking that's good value for them. But is that good value? Is that good business? No, I don't think it is, because with a player like that, there's no sell-on value. See what I mean? Because go on.
And as Abdi says, unfortunately, no striker, no league, second again. I agree. Unfortunately, because as I said before, Havertz and Jesus are support strikers.
Forgetting Martinelli and Trossard.
They're not proper strikers, though.
Martinelli could be. I think he could be a Michael Owen like striker. He's got the pace. He looks a bit better built. Just for arguments,
it's a big season for Martinelli. I'll say that because
yes, I agree.
Even I don't agree with it. Seeing a few Arsenal fans begin to turn on him, even I disagree on it. I think he's still a decent player, but it'll be a big season for him to prove those doubters wrong. Yeah, he was a bit underwhelming last season, but
yeah, I was going to say, I think his form somewhere got deserted him a little bit. Maybe his confidence got a little bit lost somewhere along the line as well. I think he's had an okay sort of start to the pre-season. Again, let's see where we end up. You may be right, Abdi. With the no striker thing. I do think we could do with another one, particularly if Eddie does go, and he's saying Tony for 40, 50. If that's doable, maybe it's something to think about. But
if Tottenham don't get Solanke, then Tony is going to Tottenham.
So I can confirm to you that Solanke is a Spurs player. That is done.
Okay. Watch him be the difference with him.
And my response to that is that I thought about this very carefully. Yeah, he did score. He did score quite a lot of goals last season for Bournemouth. But when it came to the big ones, he didn't. And that might not necessarily be all down to him.
Didn't he get a hat-trick against Man United?
I said the big games.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But, when it came to the crunch games, like the Liverpool, like the Man City, like the Arsenal and stuff, he didn't do anything at all. Yeah, like 63 million smackaroonies for Slang. 63
we paid more
million
for
down the drain.
Another player who we could have got cheaper, but we got Havertz last season instead.
Yes, and he turned out to be the most informed player in Europe last season.
No, he was. He
was. Look at the
form. Bit of a run.
Look at the map.
Last season, he was not the most informed player in Europe.
Can I say? So, what? Obviously, I'm exaggerating a bit. Of course, I am. I'm playing my part like I do, right? But when he found his feet, particularly in this calendar year, particularly like January onwards, when he was playing as a centre forward, when he found his feet, I think he did fantastically well. And it'll be really interesting to see how he starts, whether he starts in the centre forward role, like I think we want him to, because I'm not so much of a fan of him going on the left hand side. There he is.
Sorry.
There he is. Luke's here.
We can't cheer because Northampton have lost. Bristol Rovers 1, Northampton Town 0. Well, first of all, Luke, 3 things. 1, good to see you. It's been a while. 2, commiserations on the Cobblers' start to the season. And 3, it could be worse. You could be an Ebbsfleet fan and have to witness a 5-1 defeat against Gateshead. Luckily,
not only that, he has to put up with me roasting him all the time. So, it's...
Some argue that's worse, but I don't see
it. Yeah. But like I was saying, Havertz, I think, calendar year, I think he's done ever so well. Be very interesting to see where he starts this season. There was a couple of things. you might have been.
The names are flooding in now. Emerson's here. Good evening, Emerson.
Hello, Emerson. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. Nice.
Speaking of Emerson, it'll be interesting to see how Cozier Dubry does at Brighton.
Absolutely, eyes on him, no doubt about that. Oh, here we go. Here's the wrestling talk. I have seen.
I'm afraid.
I have seen the Roman Reigns segment when he returned to confront the new bloodline, and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Very, very good. I would refer you guys all over if you want to see and hear a bit more about the wrestling of the past week. Go to our friends, go to our co-colleagues, if you like, over on Wrestle Dogs on the YouTube channel. I believe from 5:30 tomorrow. I think Sam was saying, is that right, Posh? Am I correct on the group chat?
Not
to try and put you on the spot, but I think they're doing a live stream tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah. But
look at that, the old brain does work.
They'll probably start at 6.
Exactly, when we're not punctual like us, are they?
No.
Yours truly will be making a cameo appearance on that stream as well. So absolutely. Emerson, we'll definitely. And me knowing Emerson, like I think I do a little bit, I would like a special role for Emerson Crozier on our channel for next season. We'll discuss that on the behind the scenes. Breaking news. Do you want to tell me how upset you are that West Ham have agreed to field on Wan-Bissaka?
No, because we've got Ben White and Timber that can play right back. But West Ham are not messing about this transfer window. They'll finish high. They'll finish, high up in the table. Not
even
not sure
okay.
Where, but they'll be up there.
Well, it's again a big season for them. The new manager in there as well, isn't it? At West Ham, and I think there was. Yeah, have you seen this? Liverpool agreed to sell Fabio Carvalho over to Brentford. That's £27.5 million for the attacking midfielder. Wasn't this the guy who scored against us in the pre-season?
I can't remember, but I know I know of him, and he's going to Brentford. So okay, they should start signing players because even we've had a better transfer window than Liverpool.
I'll point out at this stage, Manchester City have only signed one player in this transfer window.
Yes, Savio, not Vega, but a player called Savio, who I believe came off the bench.
I believe he scored the one of the penalties today.
Okay.
Yeah. So the ex-Dortmund guy Niall Kane says I can see him getting the goals for West Ham. Yeah, I think that's
mentioned that.
Almost
like having a striker, an out striker makes a difference.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
And obviously, we'll do our big announcement. I have signed for Arsenal, and I'll be getting that number 9 shirt imminently.
You're gonna, up front for Arsenal. There you go. Number 9, is that Havertz's number? I just realised.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
This is
29. Sorry.
I mean, how are you getting that wrong? You were slating him all season last year.
As we say, it's been a while since we watched football. I'm
you mean proper football?
Niall Kane says, any news on Mourinho? That's been covered already.
I haven't mentioned anything because I haven't seen anything official. No. I want to give through Gooner his channel a shout out that Posh was on yesterday. It was yesterday, wasn't it?
Was it
yesterday? Day or day before. When he has done a video earlier on today saying that it looks like the fees agreed. So that could well happen in the next week. And
we'll see what happens next week. Yeah,
regarding Nketiah. I said it would be interesting to see tomorrow when the Arsenal team's announced if Nketiah's name's on that team sheet, we'll know whether he's around on the for the next season or not. That is my opinion. I think that just about concludes where we need to be for for now, mate. So what I will do, let me just pop the social media banner up, which I can do that. At least that button will work on my end today. That's good. Would you like to tell the people where they can find you on social media, please, sir?
No.
Good.
You can find me on Twitter or X at Posh Bertie. My Instagram's at Bertie Wanless, and I run GoonerGathering's Instagram account, which is at GoonerGathering. We watch Arsenal, so you don't have to. And make sure you subscribe to Josh as well, True Gooner, because I was on his channel. Might have been yesterday, might have been 2 days ago. I can't remember. It's all a big blur to me.
Time flies when you're having fun. So yeah,
Absolutely.
Make sure you are.
I have lots of fun on Josh's channel, so subscribe.
And talking of lots of fun, that's what we have here at GoonerGathering. Make sure you're subscribed or you're following Posh on Twitter for his outrageous an Arsenal Football Club. So you can find me, of course, at Gooner Lee Meads. You can find everybody at the channel at GoonerGathering. Keep your eye on our social media. There may be short videos dropping through the week, and we'll probably try and get a preview to the Wolves game out, I would imagine, on Friday. I think it sounds like a good plan to me. And then we'll discuss amongst ourselves when we resurface, probably the week after, I would imagine, for the review after all the football. So yeah, that's us out of here for now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys, and take care of yourselves, and thank you very much for watching.